Locher Scholarship Fund. She is the coordinator for that, actually, and she brought along a friend, Samuel McDonald. We're going to meet him and find out some of his history and how it ties into the Mary Ellen Locher Scholarship. And to introduce both of them right now and welcome them in. Good afternoon, guys. How are y'all doing?
Great. Thank you so much for having us, Dwayne.
Samuel, how are you, sir?
Pretty good. Thanks for having us.
All right. We'll get Samuel get just a little closer there for us. We want to make sure we get some good audio there. Well, first of all, Cindy, let's turn off with you. Tell us a bit about yourself and being the coordinator there for the Mary Ellen Locher Scholarship Fund.
All right. Well, I have worked with breast cancer patients. We are a college scholarship program for the children of breast cancer patients. We were an independent nonprofit for 10 years. For 18 years. I've been with the fund for 10 years. And in January, we merged with CHI Memorial. We're part of CHI Memorial Foundation, which is the fundraising arm of the hospital. And so it's time for the scholarship applications this year.
Now, tell us a little bit about the scholarship and how that benefits. And Samuel is a recipient.
Yes,
We're going to talk to him in just a second, but kind of walk us through what that is all about.
All right. Our scholarships are available to the children of breast cancer patients, whether your mother or father has passed away, is a survivor, or is currently in treatment. You can apply. We have several components to the application, 2 essays, a recommendation letter, a resume, list of your accomplishments, a transcript, and then the big part, though, is the essays. We don't count our scholarships for grades because so many children who may have had a parent who suffered from breast cancer during their high school years, we can see their grades drop, and we'll know that was the semester their mother was sick.
Right.
And so our awards range from $1,000 to $5,000. Last year, we gave away $64,000 in scholarships.
Wow.
So we're looking forward to another great year.
Kind of walk me through, if you don't mind, before we get to Samuel here in just a second, these funds that you're distributing, like you mentioned there, how are those acquired and how is those funds brought together? Well,
we're very blessed to have a partnership with many schools and businesses. Our biggest fundraiser, of course, is Volley for a Cure with Lee University.
Right.
We love our partnership with Lee. We just celebrated our 15th year with Volley for the Cure. That's our biggest fundraiser. We do partner with several schools. As soon as I leave here, I'll be heading to Cleveland High School with Pin for Cancer with their wrestling program, and that will be a fundraiser for the Mary Ellen Locher Scholarship Fund. We also have different community partners in Chattanooga and Cleveland who will do events for us, long-standing relationships. For example, Rock City does a scholarship for us every year. Private individuals will fund scholarships, and since our association now with Memorial Hospital, we receive a portion of PINK, which is the largest fundraising event in the Chattanooga area.
You know, Cindy, it's one of those things, even through my life, I've had several family members, unfortunately, go through the battle of cancer. Some of those have lost their lives.
Yes.
It's something that pretty much touches every family, doesn't it, in some form or fashion?
Absolutely. Well, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer over their lifetime.
Wow.
It is one of the most common forms of cancer that will affect women. And so most people that you know will either know a family member or a friend, a church member, colleague who has been affected by the disease. And so we are so blessed to be able to help meet the emotional needs of families through these gifts.
You know, it's something when you say that number 1 of 8, that kind of reaches home because we all can sit there and think of 8 people and immediately think that one of those 8 is a possibility.
Absolutely.
Of going through what you're mentioning here. Well, let's go ahead and welcome in Samuel McDonald. Again, welcome to you, Samuel. Tell us a bit about yourself and kind of how you got involved with this scholarship. We'll start there first.
Okay, yeah. So now currently I'm a senior at Sewanee, the University of the South.
Congratulations with that.
Yes, thank you. About to graduate here in May. But I got involved my senior year of high school in applying for the scholarship, so around 4 years ago today. And it's actually been a family affair for us. I have 3 other siblings, and so my 2 older brothers, who are 2 years older than me, had already been involved with the scholarship, so I was sort of just following in their footsteps and sort of doing the same things they did, except for, talking about my personal experience with breast cancer with my mother, yeah.
All right. So when you're compiling your information and getting that recommendation and going through the essay process, I'm sure it's something that's very personal and emotional for you. Did you find that difficult, or was it kind of something that was like a cleansing thing to get all that out, that emotional part out, and put it on paper?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say it was more cleansing than anything. I'm not doing it this year, obviously, because I'm a senior, I'm
Sure.
graduating, but every year before this, it would be, you know, around the holiday season, around Christmas, after finals and stuff. It would be like my project to do. My thing is sort of compile these essays, and the way the prompts are for the essays and what they ask, it really like leads you into like putting these things into perspective, especially for me as my mother who's a survivor of breast cancer. So it happened around a decade ago. So every year around the holiday season, you know, you sort of look back at the year and you sort of put things into perspective. And this allowed me a chance to sort of, you know, put this big part of my past into more of a different perspective than something bad, sort of what else like came of it.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it was very helpful for me in that way.
Yeah, I would think that when you're going through those difficult times, I went through that much later in my life, but as a young adult, I'm sure that was something that if you could put it on paper, you probably could express it better than you could just sitting talking to an individual across the room, and I'm sure that like I said, something that kind of helped out during that time. What were some of the things that you were surprised about the scholarship? Is past recipients and stuff, is there kind of a camaraderie there between past recipients and things like that?
Yeah, I definitely say so. I actually,
Of course, yours is with some other family members, of course, but
yeah. So all my siblings, we have a connection with that. But actually, this past summer, I had the opportunity to speak in Red Bank at one of the scholarship fund dinners, and I got to meet a few people there who I hadn't really like crossed paths with yet, but so that was really fun and that was really cool. And you know, we all had something in common, sort of talk about, and we were all college age. So that was one of my first times really meeting a lot of the other recipients, and that was a great experience, I'd say.
Samuel, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
One of the things, Dwayne, that we try to do is build a personal relationship with our winners. We're just not a check that we send to the
Right.
school. We pray for the winners. I stay in contact with them. They have opportunities like Samuel has today to come and speak on our behalf. So, you know, we really pride ourselves on having a personal relationship with them.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to kind of go into the topic now. You mentioned, Cindy, when we first started, that the application process for the 22-23 is already in process right now.
Yes.
Give us some deadlines and some pertinent things, maybe as people are listening in this afternoon, that they may need to know.
Yes. Our deadline for the 2022-23 school year, we do work a year ahead basically, is January 14th. You can find our application online at Memorial Hospital's website, memorial.org/Mel Scholarship Fund, Mel being Mary Ellen Locher's initials for her nickname, Mel.
Right.
And Mel Scholarship Fund. You can also call me at 423-495-4124. I'll be happy to answer your questions. And so you just need now, especially the transcript part. That's always the hardest piece to get,
Right.
especially now here at the holidays. So start working on that now. Work with your college counselors. All the counselors at the the Cleveland area schools have our information, and so they'll be happy to help you with that as well.
All right, now, who is available for this scholarship? Kind of
You
walk
have
us
to
through
be the
that.
child of a breast cancer patient. Either have a father or a mother, a mother or a father who has had the disease, who has passed away from breast cancer, or you know the repercussions from it, or who is currently in treatment.
Now, is it available? Kind of tell me about, is it seniors?
High school seniors, or if you are currently a college student, full-time college student, you can apply as well. Sometimes, you know, you may be your sophomore year and that's when your mom gets diagnosed. You've still got 2 years of college, so we can help you at any point in your college career.
So high school seniors?
We just fund 4 years of college. We do not fund grad school programs.
Gotcha. So we're looking for high school seniors and then beyond.
Yes.
For those 4 years. Now, one thing as I was going through some notes here that Karen Long, who helps with these interviews, always gives us some good information, is the total amount that you guys have been awarded or that you have awarded over the last 19 years.
Yes.
That was a staggering figure. Can you
Yes.
share that with our audience?
$981,000,
Wow.
540 scholarships. We're very excited. This will be our 20th year of scholarships coming up, 22-23, and we will surpass $1 million in gifts this coming year.
That's just amazing right there. I'm sure Mary Ellen Locher was very proud of this and,
Yes.
and know that now this was something that began in her lifetime. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Mary Ellen, when she was diagnosed, she was a working mom,
Yes.
longtime news anchor at Channel 9 in Chattanooga, was concerned about her own son, Alex Bird, his future education. And so she thought, what can we do to meet the emotional needs of the families? Other places are meeting their medical needs, but what can we do to meet the emotional needs? And so she started the College Scholarship Fund. And she and a bunch of her friends, a lot of friends from her church helped her with this. And over the years, the past 18 years, we're a private, private nonprofit. And
Right.
now since our merger with the hospital, we've just been blessed beyond belief.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I'm sure she's smiling down from heaven
Absolutely.
on that.
She would be so excited.
Yes.
And her son now is 31. He's an attorney here in
Wow.
Chattanooga and has two great, beautiful children. So Mary Ellen's a grandmother.
Yeah, it's one of those things I remember when he was young, and
Yes. Mm-hmm.
all of this was back in those stages. Back, what was that, 2000?
2005 was when Mary Ellen
Yeah.
went home to heaven, yes.
Yeah, I know it's been a while. Come back over to Samuel. Samuel, what would you say to people that may say, you know what, my family, I do have a family member that's going through this. I just don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can go through the process and put myself out there and kind of be vulnerable during this time. What would you say to them?
I would say, and quick little anecdote here. When I was really young and I had learned about my mom's diagnosis of breast cancer, I actually ran away, went up to my room and kind of just stuck my head in my pillow. So
Sure.
I was feeling that helplessness too. And the person who came up to my room. It was my mom, and she tapped me on the shoulder. And she was just smiling, and she told me it was going to be okay. And just like that sort of bravery that comes from the person. And I never had the privilege of meeting Mary Ellen Locher, but I see a lot of parallels between her and my mother. And just drawing on that courage and the faith that those women have in your life that are suffering through this. It's really what gave me the strength to be able to deal with this stuff head on and really put things in perspective for myself.
Now, you said you're graduating in May from Swanee.
Yes, sir.
What's the next plan after this?
So the plan is to go to grad school for neuroscience. I actually just sent off my applications a few days ago. And I'm very thankful for the Mary Ellen Locher Foundation for sort of alleviating a lot of the financial burden of undergrad because now I feel much more confident in, going to grad school and having to deal with another slew of tuitions and fees and
Right.
stuff. So that's the plan for the future. And then ultimately, with neuroscience, I want to work with depression and anxiety and looking at those.
Oh, wow. Samuel McDonald is here. Now, you're a Walker Valley graduate, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, back in your tenure there, who was your principal during that time frame?
It was Nat Acciona for most of the time.
Okay. Yeah, Nat, a super guy. I didn't know if
Yeah.
you were there when far enough back when it was Mr. Coggin or if Nat had stepped in at that time.
I believe Mr. Coggin, he might have been my principal my freshman year.
Freshman year.
Very short time.
Yeah. Either way, good gentlemen there, good
Great.
people to pull into your life at that point in time. We're very blessed to have some great leaders in our education departments here, city and county. All right, Cindy, let's come back over to you as we close out here. What else do we need to know? Giving us the pertinent information. Again, we're speaking with Cindy Perry. She's the Mary Ellen Locher Scholarship Fund Coordinator. We got a deadline approaching for people to receive some scholarship funds from this. So, Cindy, I'm going to let you close out, giving us that pertinent information again to our listening audience.
All right. You can find our applications at our website, memorial.org/MEL Scholarship Fund. You can email me at Cynthia_Perry, P like in Peter, A-R-E. It's a little different. Cynthia_Perry at memorial.org, or call me on the phone, 423-495-4124.
Great to see you today, Cindy, again, and great to meet you, Samuel, and good luck on everything moving forward there in your future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, time to get to the top of the hour, and we're going to get you to Fox and World News coming up, so stay right here with us. Got more things on the way this afternoon. Of course, we'll talk about the Empty Stocking Fund as well. Give you a chance to call in and make your pledges as we try to raise money for some 1,200 boys and girls right here in Cleveland and Bradley County that would not have Christmas without you, the community, stepping alongside of each other and making those charitable donations. We'll talk to you more about that coming up in just a moment.